biakamal normal kanyam neriene dial konling roinam gwasme en wala shang ka wel ngwan ka pai ke ron kina dangro wi jandang ro bakal ate kon ke general reporting and we kon lingaten kon alat krodian bano rai gwasme ko kwiku ma SPLM national secretariat chiga je ka changaro ka jok te ka dol mi kan dol mi shan right mi shan this report ba kwen ka tok English ka taran ka lat ka jadan ka kora no ba rai ka tok nat ka mandan lat kana. The SPLM National Secretariat on Tuesday held a joint meeting of its caucuses in Juba, signaling the party resolve to move forward with the election and to endorse any bill related to the electoral process. The meeting brought together senior party officials and members to deliberate on political, organizational, and legislative priorities aimed at strengthening party unity, promoting dialogue, and preparing for upcoming elections. The meeting was chaired by the SPLM First Deputy Chairman and Vice President Dr. James Wanega under the theme SPLM stand for building a peaceful and prosperous South Sudan. In his close remark, Vice President Dr. Wanega emphasized the importance of mobilizing resources to ensure the successful convening of SPLM congresses and the upcoming national convention. Dr. Wanega noted that the party leadership is actively addressing resources mobilization and fundraising strategies and urged members to think innovatively in tackling the country's challenging economic conditions. Such effort, is said, would enhance the party capacity to support key SPLM activities. Vice President Wanega also presided over the swearing in of Pogbul Par as the new national chairperson of the SPLM Youth League, replacing Daniel Abusha Ali. Presenting the outcome of the meeting, SPLM Secretariat or SPLM Secretary General Dr. Akol Paul Kodit highlighted several key resolutions. On election, the joint caucus resolved that the SPLM will participate in the general election scheduled for December 2026, in line with the extended transitional roadmap. The caucuses further agreed to ratify election-related bills once they are presented before the national legislature. The meeting also emphasized that the SPLM name should not be misused or referred to in any distorted form by other political parties and the public. The party rejected reference to SPLM-RG or SPLM in government. This stands in contrast to some official document in which the ruling party referred to itself as SPLM-RG. One recent example is an agreement signed in Khartoum between the government and the Agwelin militia led by General Johnson Olony in 2022, which the Internal Security Bureau of the National Security Service referred to the government or a ruling party as SPLM-RG. SPLM-RG emerged as a designation by regional peace mediator to distinguish the ruling SPLM faction after the civil war and political split in 2013. Participants in the joint caucus meeting reiterated that unity and cohesiveness within the ruling SPLM remain paramount for the stability of the country. On dialogue, the SPLM caucuses agreed to to promote intra-party discussion to address internal challenges as well as inter-party dialogue to collectively tackle election-related and other national issues. Dr. Akol Paul summarized President Salva Kiir Mayardit's message into key points: commitment to election, dialogue within the party and among political parties, unity of the SPLM, and preparation for the upcoming general election. The meeting featured two presentations, one on political matters, delivered by the SPLM Secretary General, and another on legal issues presented by Michael Makwelwet, a senior SPLM member and Minister of Justice. The joint caucuses further reaffirmed the SPLM commitment to inclusive governance, peace building, and the implementation of agreed national priorities in line with the party vision and guiding principles. The ruling party meeting come amid challenges including economic hardship, insecurity, and conflict in part of the country, as well as a lack of political consensus on plan for the December 2026 election. Last month, the presidency and cabinet approved amendment to key provision of the 2018 peace agreement, delinking the December 2026 election from the permanent constitution, making process a national census and other institutional reform. The peace deal signed by President Salva Kiir Mayardit, opposition leader, first by President Machar, another political leader, has faced repeated delay, including missed election timeline. Elections have been postponed multiple times and are now scheduled for December 2026, despite objection from Dr. Riek Machar loyalists who say presidency-led consultation excluded them. Reporting koname jawo shalat kuma gwada dana shiga dualten. Bana detail bana kalinka jan report me. Läär SPLM National Secretariat kan shiga dual ka shangaro ka jo. Joint meeting kalet kana more wiki juba. She parted and Kiir Mayardit kala do buka wa wonyam ka kwi kware. Ka bikanen konon gorke ka kwi kware bikan kala de ka ala bills. Enu gorka mo ka kwi kware kan bikan realeka ka jan tamam. Dul kana mo ineti konti la kwar ki senior party official kaneti konti la members ki ineti konti la bon chigrach ka kwi kumaka kwi political gwa dana de karudin organize ka je kaneti konti ka ngot kan do dan de kan party dung dien ka Kiir Mayardit de kan jako bobom kalat kan ode kan mashallah dialogue de kan promote chet ko roachen de latke mite mi shagoch mu wejek de na de kan nyude ka roachen de kan nyude ka roach ka de kan do dan de queen kwade je latke je queen kwar men be en dola mo ma sha do re wi ka jupa mo ne de contenten the SPLM first deputy chairman kana vice president ke Dr. James Waniga la nyur kan ga kai tikan ke theme mi kan gor ke title kan lat ku kan la rake kwida kane let kan mal kan ode South Sudan dera wonyam. SPLM stand for building a peaceful and prosperous South Sudan. Janta dan tikene kan non kan mal ke let kan mal kan ode South Sudan dera we gwa ke dera wonyam kamal. Mangai kon di alen wo mi shalara nono de la odong mute mal mebe but party SPLM ngode tere reka ko chikan mal chikan goro beben waniga charai gwasa me gwadana ga ga rajatin Can right now let can mobilization ku resource ne kan do badana dong ba upcoming national ba jalat ke je ko singes kon en election te ga kwak ngwana gore no malat ke je gore yo gore na ne ideal to ngwan kan te ga tin let kan mashala fundraising ka chol kan ideal one ne chana challenge ne te twok te ka economic hardship ke ta dana we je ka je joga ne ideal o chana let kel chana gore no batin content de la de pade dien la pade SPLM makalat ke gwa ka jona ndi kan lat shiga raj bo karamondo dien mun pai kwanyere kumaka in support of their party wudu shala pokball par jala new national chairperson atama pokball par sha kwanyela new national chairperson ka SPLM youth league she wudu shala Daniel Abusha Ali teja George ke chaja watch jaram dan cho gwasman so malat kene longwad me kene all the activities ten lat ke party SPLM pinkir me yadit buga lato go ko de ka mal de kene no gwada me kajen dolomo shiram ke la SPLM secretary general Dr. Akol Paul Kodit tie ga de lat yaro sharai ke ku inquiry charai ke ta dan charin mat ke je kan all the parties and within ke general election man cha schedule ke cha nan ka ai wero ron kin daro en dangro kel do badana de kan let kel ke je kan man kala no te ka tong wana balat chirmangai kona no en queen kwarna me te wana sha banjorten chirmangai kona sha constitution permanent constitution charge look sha population census charge look ka chicken ne to wana kan chika pa de SPLM ayo pin dakar ma cha chicken enjoy rar but te jo kala gwas me kan chicken man chwale SPLM AG e kan charge bu use Jana SPLM should not be misused. Ke baja mu ke chura diene chao le SPLM IG ke SPLM in government kan mo chine gor kan ba chola SPLM echek. Lom nyo nodi ene rami mo mete ka pare de ka be SPLM IG be jo lamnial it ka SPLM IO kan chi kana gor. Kan me cha gor ka kujemo kan shi men mu ga chi right yudu me shal ke Johnson Lung mala kwara gweleng militia ngai kon medan e tan kamala ne shika bindi faki shika tiai den ci Johnson Lung ke jaron kinda yandang ro yoro je bente ke dunde tai dana shi kore to ko je ngai kon te dial control and then shuga te ka o te ka SPLM IG SPLM in government so the main SPLM written but take in government te ka kuma pan but they are not in the main party chagola de no na me cha tok cha gore ken mi ji kan yapin chikala no gwade dana ji korje to ko je 2013 ajena kuna rodi en la da ka je mukula te ka SPLM ayo ana ona kide chola SPLM IG kendo to kan dial baga dil fal kon political spirit dana ji to ko 2013 is coming to an end katara ni kalat ke je kanete dial baga dil kap chong right now tel mu bu wonyam wuri shalga me Dr. Akol Paul jenche right committee ngamo ka quick kir message jene nene jene chero do commit ka quick election kano bajelat kana dialogue ko ba right ka other party ano ba or other political party ba right ka ko banati ka unity dunga SPLM kano banare ya leka ka upcoming general election but we all know that Kir is not ready Kir is not ready ko rami mo mishi mal she gor ngume de lat mal mishi gor ngume de to so en redul gana mo chatene ko ken badde ten tegaten manager Michael McQuailwas ram kel me la senior SPLM members ba so she method ba che top ko kwingone ko minister of justice jet ngai kone jaram dan len ngot me dan ran communication right now chele weram dan luk lok la du gwal lok men kunal dwal ke je lungo no jen choke dakre ma chare ke nyir ke ring ma chare jen kwala composition man so ko skir gor jen bela free ke reality so tomorrow me te matok then ba shu rock ne ten ko ken chajo me chaja la de ken en wo buka we ka queen kware ken ji SPLM but ngai kon madan la rodo gwas mene en general election en wo ba je la rewi ka so sudan gore dakre ma chare Anything Mlatke related to peace, deal, Ken Mlato Mokim Malka, anything concerning election, uh, first by President Dr. Machaten, Jaramandan Ella Peace Signatory Ki Kumal Kujatan. Ngay kon medan me shegwe no brodo chung 2013 to kill your Korea talk. La 2015 de Queen Quade Kula Choko to 2013, Jokan 2015. Major Binyoga agree 2016, they don't the Queen Quala to kill your Korean Chonyam. Right now, K 2026, K 2025, Chokore Nyok talk about Queen Quarbala Kajin 2026. So, Guadaran Changajin na key election, la kila Korat Laja Toga. Why? Adwale ko share goro be power be jelus. Jaro chu tiang kane diala content charge ban pin tin lok dakma char sin ko lu gup yo ko ram to yo ngola le demo. So kala no na me goro jen o bana ti dial bana kala ka order ko bo kon dakma char bana je joy ko jen ndanan tetin nge jene te ko ken ti ke week tel mu gam to roda. So let's look at electoral body outline plan for elections. South Sudan National Election Commission said it remained ready to conduct general election. Anyway, I will speak in Tongna later, so let me just first talk about this in English. South Sudan National Election Commission and EC say it remains ready to conduct general election by December 2026, citing progress on key preparation, including the establishment of office across most of the country states and plan to release an electoral timeline later this month. The renewed assurance follow a December 22, 2025 press conference at which National Election Commission Chairperson Professor Abednego Akok Kashol announced that the upcoming poll would be conducted using the geographical constituency boundaries from the 2010 general elections. In an exclusive interview with Radio Tamazuch on Tuesday, Professor Akok urged the public and political parties to prepare for the vote. On December 22nd, 2025, we declare that the 2010 geographical constituencies will be used in 10 states and 3 administrative areas, with constituencies accounting for 60% of the seat, the women list 25%, the party list 15%, and 2 additional seats. Akok said this was reached through political decision by the parties to the 2018 agreement. He said the commission planned to publish a detailed electoral timeline by the end of the month. So, where do we stand now? We are going to release the electoral timeline by the end of this month, which will begin with civic education in February, followed by voter registration, he said. Akok say electoral infrastructure is largely in place with office operating in most states. State eye election committee office have been set up across 10 states and are fully operational with the exception of the Upper Nile state, which will be completed during this dry season. He say for the administrative areas, they should be given the right to form electoral administrative council, which would require some legal amendment. On the legal framework governing the poll, Akok say efforts are underway to align electoral law with current conditions in the country after some amendment had been agreed upon by the parties. The Minister of Justice is working on the Constitution and relevant electoral law to ensure they are conducive to the current environment, he stated. The National Electoral Commission chairperson also dismissed concern that logistical or financial constraints could derail the election, saying the process would proceed if political parties demonstrate genuine commitment. On training the electoral workforce and managing the upcoming election, National Election Commission Chairperson Professor Abenego Akokwal say partners, including the UNDP and the UN mission, have trained their staff and the issue will be fully addressed. However, critics remain unconvinced. Civil society activists Termanyanga we say the country is not ready to hold election, citing fragile security conditions and unresolved prerequisite. The question the NEC, National Election Commission or Electoral Commissions, motivate and call for dialogue between the parties to the 2018 peace agreement to take priority over voting. Looking at public opinion, given the current terrifying situation, no civic education or voter registration can be conducted, Termanyanga Adwe said. War is ongoing in Jonglei and Unity State, while Penal State is on the brink. Professor Abenego should advocate for dialogue that bring political leadership to the table, not election. Any election conducted under these conditions will not be accepted by the people of South Sudan. On December 22nd, 2025, the electoral body formally announced it would rely on the 2010 constituency boundaries for the December 2026 election, citing delay in conducting a national census. According to the commission said there would be 102 national constituencies across the country, 10 states, and 3 administrative areas, a move it said was mandated by law after parties to the 2018 peace agreement agreed to decouple election from a pending population count and constitutional review. Last month, the presidency and cabinet approved amendment to key provision of the 2018 peace deal agreement delinking the December 2026 election from the permanent constitution, making process a national census and other institution reform. The amendment also removed provision stating that the peace agreement take presidency over the transitional constitutions. The 2018 peace deal, signed by President Salva Kiir Mayardit and first by President Dr. Riek Machar and other political leaders, has faced repeated delay, including missed election timeline. Elections have been postponed several times and are now scheduled again for December 2026. Despite objection from Dr. Machar loyalists, like we said, President lead consultation excluded them. They did not involve first by President Party. Name, Jo Mashallah Tenetin Kontin to Queen Quarty Titkadian, like electoral body. Chicken plan, chicken alat guasa mekaja report. South Sudan National Election Commission and AC chicken la one. Kanangot kan ko by general election ki ko inquire by the lat kajan by wero ronken dangro jandangro bakel lat ken ke quick progress na chicken mate kim tengo ko ni ken kalat kanishi kan office ni they establish offices take a dual chicken kalat ke quick inquiry kakan office ni to chalat across the country chalat ke state ni ka chalat ka godial ko ken wachi do no ken ba ka release ka korpai nb ajo chikan lat gwas me kan ko la kwar kan isi be ga kor rajiran chikan lat ne ka jan shanga jandanga rawi de ro ka pai wero ronkin dangro with jandanga rawi de dich may take a press conference me chala ken and press conference mo the professor Abenego Akok Kashol cha announce and when mon an upcoming poll ki queen kwarm balat ba jalat ka kan we dial take on de chala la geographical constituency take on de chala ne ke 2010 medan me by independent by kullat dana ta ka kwan ka shawi shaka da ka wiri adak to ne taken ka bundles te chala ten ke tiken ke kine akane na mo jana balat akane 2010 general election e dan mi balat ke 2011 akane kan dat under to ba use on wuda me mala quer NEC National Election Commission jen charge te radio tamazuch kata dan and how ready they are for the national election member ben kay chikala ro ne na shan dang ro wi ro ka pai wero ron kin dang ro wi ro wi jandang ro de ron kin dang ro jandang ro de chikana declare ne no ne kana 2010 ron kin dang ro wi well data te ko de cha ko la ka geographical constituencies akan ba use on tama in 2010 data ko focus ka 10 state kana 3 administrative area akana kan gwaza to mu sha ko ne no ne akana kan constituencies ne te ko na cha lat ka kan 10 state akane tikan ka community chop ka jan bakal percent ke 60% of the seat akane man tikan get 25% yo je kon diala ngacha la longa cha kamne diala to la power ano ka cha party cha ja mo ke 15% kane two additional seat cha ko kela do ne na cha agreement mo cha ja tan ka gwade dan me cha political decision cha ja made ke 2018 ka agreement dan cha tan kam Dr. Machar kena kirmi yadit. Jigala do nene kena commission key office den kere de ko bikana publish kana all the detail kena electoral timeline kajan talk pa yemene kan bikana all the detail ka do bran ba ko inquire ba lat keje kan bikana ga tain ka gwasan be. So right now shun kon gwada den miti kor. Ja tijbo jala do nene kena electoral timeline ba ka deal la let ke baga nyo nat ka pai nb nyo no chen da la pairo so jen pairo jen do bran kala jen we can release so gwada me china disagree chine don't want to disagree ko tilat ken o te ko inquire me balat right now she terma nyanga which activist jen kana convince ka do badan la jen o te ko inquire me balat right now, NEC National Election Commission, right can quick inquiry no they are ready. A term nyanga dwejene ala country dan tere kur. A dobadian ba ku inquiry ba jelet ke jamo ka wona tenu word ten nyi na temre wika South Sudan. And instead of they la no take a ku inquiry telat ke they la na dialogue come leader in content rega ten wo korwe ten to korten. Ngay kone en country take in security. Adwobadian banao largana ku inquire mo ka waliu na rewich. Amale dana cha tanke 2018 peace agreement ke je kiter manyang che jalar nona. Largano take ku inquire balat ka ku inquire ejene kwala 2018 peace agreement kwala tanke je. So my priority bala vote kaye ka jano we ka miliwa which mean that share dear ke South Sudan as a country. A genital civic education, key voter registration, modelat, came back on that. A termanya. Go tema, core jatin ka jongle state, jatin ka unit state. Cha apanal cha deculat, tatin always. Che professor Avenego, che jugonone, they advocate nijin ka dialogue. Ke der wa nijin ko de kwade ka right kamnikin, ka political leadership. Ko de with their life stable, they with their take a man. Ya dola no ku inquire gwa mo na ka miliu naten. The information me che jitup intermanya. ga ga kuma kirma yadit men lat kenan te queen kwar melat ke queen kwar ba la de loro ba ka jano te korte gaten ba queen kwar ba la de in which way gwan miliu naten an kuma mi choose ne wote ke ngakane queen kware gwan mu na ka liaten ya kwar konen de mal kunung cha ga yen una ka liu the other side of the country ka wal chicken dear in content la kwar lat kene queen kware ke kene National Election Commission. We mean that you can tie dan policy dan ke guideline sha kam gona wal chicken quick. So they are working in favor of Kirmayadit. So kur tuwa ka jongle ka unit state ka panal. Ke your concern kene titin kulo kwanya la voter buko vote gwadan dien. Gwan mo wakan ga miluka. Who are the voters? The voters ka kene de konon sha kula jo tenagyan ka. Kala voters nimo chiter manyang cha gaga jen na me cha diajen tele ko inquire me de lat ko na ka miliuna ka countryside liu ka nga liu ka men telem palka so in what way be mal bo ko ben ka ja ke ba ko inquire lat ka ja so anyok gwa me chi kon dia linga no en kuma kir me yadit kan bu yun data ne dung 2010 data de ko de chalat okay 2010 data ya collect kan dadan toto e wa kan bala de ke 2026 mo a violation bo na me chedem to ko shi anga jenu kan tel mishal ga national census tel ne de ba kwen tel peng na ba kwen kana mi chemo to gwada dien ene mulat ke a pena la ko na kwen ke kon dial nga jenu ne ka gwazi dan me korme to re which ka sa Sudan ke 2013 ine ngwan chi griar ite gari ala dap ite de ngwan to ga nyong ne de ngure ko ya chi gledit. These are the people who don't vote. So right now, Mitch Palkaja Chaka Quen, then Bakula La Data and go back with Jigwen. So Kir Name Wawe Magorijan or power by the consolidate. So Chago Jano Chechong. Jam killing a terminal, Lat Canon worship planning can lat by election by the K 2026, Guanimo, Canadian Kanka Realeka. So Kajo Chala can Guazime can ne Kir Mayadit. A Canana. A kana commission chikan la ro na ki kwaran right. A kana national constituencies no take a got the corridor. At state. Get 3 administrative area. Kan take a mote sha ngun ke 2018 peace agreement ko ba ku inquire bajalat. Ka pai chikon di alnen chikir mi yadi cha approved but na me chala do no 2018 peace agreement bajadi lat ano ka jano chikir mi yadit che election 2026 election requirement chaka watch che national census cha watch che permanent constitution cha watch kana other reform tin kono dong de malere ben gaje kay yana kwar so ba ko la di ko inquire so anyok en PDL cha ta ni point kir mi yadit kan dakma char agreement ejen ka power sharing kano ba transitional government ba jo watch akan dang ro bi lelo mubi ki no shiring ma char chitamle to na mona shi talk true ko and dakramachar tel dor michalat metin kare ko we kabre ko de chu chirek machar che gware che talk deng machar tel gwar mi che talk cause were we juba ka agreement mi sha made deken tiji ga tin tiji Africa Union tin kana international community tegatin they know that deng machar love peace we ka juba ka kwi malka mi sha agree ko ba ko inquire bajalat. So 2018 peace deal which go boy ke fail then the Dr. Machade Eugene by lo jok lo no gwaze dan witen ko she pretty self came yadi chamal che lele che jelok right now Dr. Machar gang international community so na me medicine anyok me bikir bela consolidate the power kan de kon la jikware ko ne dialati te ka kware cha goro de kan de ga jen kware ko ngayena gwa anone me cha ko in kware cha jelat then ba go position again so for that reason you can go ro de ga jen ko kwar gor kan o de ga tetin gor kan o de kan yin de kan galat ko je kan manatan so je menen yen melat jen wo ram me de la neutral and net national election commissioner she talk you can they are neutral because they are part of this they are benefiting from this disunity kay yusan to ka country jem menen yen ta ku focus en ke li kan channel ko lat kan queen kwar lat kan election war ngay kondiale ene ko la voters condition yen tega tene metede condition ndi anyok and civic education na lat keno ba na ba kan nge ka do branda under ko nge a do badian gwal mutuna te wait ka conflict wait ka war tell way out so name da la jeri po dana gore de nyo ayikel misi jen reporting which is useful nyo kan ko ken en ban jik ka report den betema